with Gene and with Rick Berman and with the cast in those early days to find your own way, the challenge to find your own way and make Next Generation stand on its own merits?
You know, it's an interesting question because the original, at the original time we were making the Next Generation, it was met with such hostility. There was such, vehemence in the atmosphere. We were getting all kinds of hate mail, and really from the fans, saying, who do you think you guys are? You cannot come in here and make another Star Trek. This is unheard of. This is sacred. This is our the church we pray at. You can't, come and do that. And, we, as the actors, had no idea what these people were talking about, had no idea where this was coming from. I mean, it was like, you guys, we're just a couple of people happy to have a paycheck, and just calm down, and slowly but surely, each one of the original cast came by to our set and welcomed us into the fold and encouraged us and passed the baton, so to speak. And we just all looked at each other and said, we're just close the chatter out and just do our job. Just do our job. And we did, and before you know it, the tides began to change, and people started tuning in and watching and going, this is not bad, okay. Kind of like the guy with no hair, Not you. And then you weren't on yet. And so, it slowly began to, people warmed up to it, and here we are. Next year, 30 years.
That's right. 30th anniversary Next Gen. Robert Picardo. So Voyager was the second show of the Star Trek series to have been developed without Gene Roddenberry's involvement. He passed away in 1991. So Robert Picardo, what were the challenges for the Voyager cast and crew to make a show that, again, would be different and stand on its own merits, but be true to the vision that Gene Roddenberry started without his involvement, without him being around?
Well, by the time Voyager came along, they were cranking out a Star Trek show every 15 minutes. So distinguishing ourselves was different. I was most concerned that I was playing another artificial intelligence, and everyone was going to hate me because they loved Data so much. So my main challenge was to be as different from Data as I could possibly be. So where Data was very childlike, Pinocchio-like, the little boy who wanted to be a man, my character was a cranky old curmudgeon who claimed to have no interest in being human. I have teased Brent on other occasions that I was far more sophisticated a character than he was. He was merely hardware, I am software. He was like a robot, right? Danger, danger, Will Wheaton.
Now wait.
Whereas I was very sophisticated and very advanced. But on a more serious note, I applaud the opportunity that we have as actors to influence the people that are dedicated to watching the show. And I applaud Nichelle for all of the outreach that she did to women, to minorities, to become members of NASA, to become astronauts. And I think a couple of weeks ago, because I do work for a group called the Planetary Society, Our CEO is Bill Nye, the science guy, and we are the world's leading space advocacy organization. And I got a letter the other day, an email forwarded to me. While I was on Voyager, I talked to producers. I'm the only actor, I believe, who talked to producers into doing a public service announcement about a challenge for young people who watched Voyager to get interested in space. It was called the Mars Millennium Project, and a young woman who was 13 when she saw that PSA in 1999 sent me an email through the Planetary Society saying she was now a PhD in astronomy because she'd seen that PSA and decided that's what she wanted to do with her life, and that makes me very proud.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen,